Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. I don't advocate that you don't support your human offspring. We simply advocate you made them in private, take care of them in private. All right, today's topic is we're going to discuss two things. Okay, we're going to discuss the Bar Association, which Bar stands for British Accreditation Registry, and we're going to talk about the banks. Okay. Now, Federal Manual of Child Support, I believe is 8-7. Look, the federal role. Okay. OCSC provides under a contract with the American Bar Association child support project training and information dissemination on legal issues to persons working in the field of child support enforcement. Special initiatives such as assisting major urban areas in improving program performance have also been undertaken by OCSE. Okay, so I've heard tons of stories where men have hired lawyers to help them in child support, and it is a guaranteed loss every time. Okay, the reason why is because they own the lawyers now. All right, the Bar Association, the American Bar Association, was the ones who approved Title 4D for Congress. They shaped it, they molded it. Okay, so you going to a lawyer and saying, "Hey, I need help with child support," and by all means, don't take my word for it. Call a lawyer, right, and ask a lawyer to help you with child support and see what they tell you. Okay, they cannot do it. They will not do it. Okay, because they've already been bought out by the Federal Office of Child Support Enforcement. Okay. So for those of you who have gotten jacked by a lawyer, okay, this is the reason why. All right. It's really funny. I mean, it's a brilliant scheme if you think about it. All right. Well, let's take away any help that they can get. Okay. So let's make sure that we got these lawyers in our pocket. All right. And that way, when they go to hire a lawyer, it's just going to make it that much easier for us to take whatever we want from them. All right. It's a really fucked up situation. The second thing I want to talk to you about is the bank. Okay? The banks are in on the Title 4D scheme. Okay? Look, the role of states and financial institutions as amended by federal law. All right, incidentally, gentlemen, if you're not aware of it, all right, what is it? Corpus Juris Secundum, subsection 886. The United States is a foreign corporation in respect to the state that you're in, or shall we say the republic. Okay, but every state is getting financial help from the United States, which gives them judicial authority, or not judicial authority, but gives them authority in that territory. Okay, everybody's always, oh, the United States is a great country. The United States is not a country; it is a corporation, and it is an evil one at that. All right, so PORA required states to use such enforcement techniques as imposing liens against real and personal property for amounts of overdue support, withholding of state income tax refunds payable to a parent who is delinquent in child support payments. Now, who is that parent? The non-custodial parent. Reporting overdue child support arrears to credit bureaus, withholding, suspending, or restricting use of jobbers, professional, recreational, sporting, and occupational licenses of what? Non-custodial parents who owe past due child support. And gentlemen, look at these words, okay? All right, look at the word owe, okay? Using of administrative process to secure assets to satisfy payment of past due support by seizing or attaching unemployment compensation, workers' compensation, judgment settlement, lottery winnings, and assets held in financial institutions. And here it is, okay? Congress codified this change at 42 U.S.C. 651. All right, and gentlemen, as I've taught you, Title 42, all right, was never enacted into positive law. Title 26, all right, which is the IRS code, was never enacted into positive law. You must voluntarily contract into both of these. How do you wind up being a taxpayer? When you go and you get that job, you fill out them forms and you sign it, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions. Okay? Then if you notice on most applications, it'll ask you, are you a United States citizen? All right? A citizen is a corporation, gentlemen. what is it? Corpus Juris Secundum, subsection 883. All right. Corporation is an ens legis. It's an artificial person. It only exists on paper. Now, let's go down here. The specific provisions, all right, again, what is a provision? Relating to financial institution data matches are found at 42 U.S.C. 666A17A, which provides that procedures which the state agency shall enter into contracts with financial institutions doing business in the state. All right, so they've also bought out all the banks. Now, the funny part is when you, and by all means, go give them a test. When you get a bank account, that is basically a contract between you and that bank. All right, if you look at all the commercials, they'll tell you, oh, your money's safe with us, and this, they're not safe. All right, they're not safe. And there's a reason, and if you have not forgotten, look, we're going to go to page 14, no, 15. No, yeah, 15. All right, there we go. This is why the Social Security number is the key piece of information around which the child support information system is constructed. All computer searches need the SSN in order to operate effectively. All right. This is the hub of the 4D crime family. And here, look, here's your proof. Check this out. Section I right here, to develop and operate in accordance with such financial institution, a data match system using automated data exchanges to the maximum extent feasible, in which each such financial institution is required to provide for each calendar quarter the name, record, address, there it is, social security number or other taxpayer identification number, and other identifying information for what? Each non-custodial parent who maintains an account in such institution and who owes pass-through support is identified by the state by name and social security number or other taxpayer identification number. Okay? There's your problem right there, gentlemen. Okay? So not only does 4D own the Bar Association, they pretty much got them in their pocket. All right? No lawyer will help you. Your money's not even safe in the bank. Okay? It's not safe in the bank. Right? And more importantly, okay, they have to use that. So, well, the Social Security number is required. That is how they track down assets that are under that number. Okay? Now, I keep telling you that. So therein lies the problem. Now, of course, you know the Social Security number is the property of the Social Security Administration. All right? But let me ask you a question. Okay? Who owns the Social Security Administration? Is that a federal agency, a state agency, or is it a private corporation? All right. It's a private corporation, gentlemen. The Social Security Administration is owned by Queen Elizabeth. All right. And for those of you who are history buffs, if you go back to the 1700s or 1800s, England and France were funding both sides of the war. All right. And everybody was borrowing money from them. Okay. And Europe was like, yeah, man, I mean, they were funding both sides. They funded Hitler. They funded the United States, okay? And if you've ever noticed, when these presidents go over to visit old Queen Elizabeth there, all right, they bow to that bitch. Why? Because she owns the United States. She owns the Social Security Administration. And by all means, don't take my word for it. Here it is right here. All right, this is the statutory instrument of Order 1997, number 1778, Social Security. The Social Security United States of America Order 1997. At the Court of Buckingham Palace, the 22nd day of July 1997, present, the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty in Council. Whereas in London on the 13th of Friday, 1984, an agreement, which is what? A contract on Social Security between the government of the United Kingdom or Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the government of the United States of America, hereinafter referred to as the agreement, and an administrative agreement for implementation of the agreement, hereafter referred to as the administrative agreement, were signed on behalf of those governments, and effect was given to the agreement by the Social Security United States of America Order 1984, hereafter referred to as the Principal Order. Okay? And whereas at London on June 6, 1996, a supplementary agreement, where the government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, the government of the United States of America, which supplementary agreement is set out in Schedule 1 to this order, and is herein after referred to as the supplementary agreement, contract. Amending the agreement and a supplemental administrative agreement, amending the administrative agreement. Okay, so anyway, you can Google this. It's the statutory instrument of 1778. It's number 1997. Okay, Queen Elizabeth is behind all this. All right, how do you think, you do realize that the United States, the corporate United States, is broke? Why? They've been owing money to Europe for a long time. Okay, and those Social Security payments that you think you're going to get if you retire, which is probably not even going to be in place by the time you retire. All right, Queen Elizabeth's got her hand in all of that shit. Okay, all of it. And let's see. Now, therefore, Her Majesty, in pursuance of Section 1791A and 2 of the Social Security Administration Act, and all other powers enabling her that behalf, is pleased by and with advice of her Privy Council to order, and is hereby ordered as follows. Okay? How can Queen Elizabeth order somebody to do anything? She owns it all, fellas. Okay? Trump has bowed to her. Barack Obama has bowed to her. All these presidents, all these congressmen, if they was to meet Queen, they have to bow to this bitch. Okay? So, you got a conglomerate. I mean, it's not just the 4D crime family. They're just henchmen. All right? They're just henchmen for the Federal Office of Child Support Enforcement, who is henchman to the Social Security Administration, who is the henchman of Queen Elizabeth. All right? Queen Elizabeth pretty much owns every fucking thing, and I don't understand why it is that people cheer for her, all right, or her family, or her sons. They need to be hung, okay? They need to be hunted down. They need to be put in jail, and all that money she got, and trust me, Queen Elizabeth is a gazillionaire, all right? That $2 trillion stimulus, she can probably dig that out of her couch, all right? So these things are very important because this is how child support is working. Everybody's got their hand in this cookie jar. Every time they steal money from you, guess what? Queen Elizabeth's getting a little taste. Everybody's getting their little administrative fees. That's why they have to meet a quota. All right, and this was one of the easiest ways for them to start paying back some of these loans that they have defaulted on all these years. That's why they abrogated the gold standard back in, I believe it was 1933. Okay, so your money is not safe in the bank. You will not be able to get help from a lawyer. All right, and Queen Elizabeth owns it all. Okay, Andrew Saul is Queen Elizabeth's bitch. Okay, that is, it's as simple as that. Right? You're not safe anymore, gentlemen, and that's why I keep telling people, educate yourselves. All right, because you're not going to be able to get help in court with a lawyer. All right. The judges are all bought off and paid off, okay? And I'm not telling you that I mean, of course, you can go in and fight and get your case dismissed, all right? And this is the reason why I keep telling you to educate yourselves. Use their shit, all right? If you got a hearing, all right, number one, you want to be mastering this federal manual of child support. You want to be mastering the basis of child support. That way, when it comes time, if you decide to voluntarily attend the hearing, you take these books in there with you. Okay, they can't tell you that you're wrong. I told you, use their stuff against them. Once you start using their stuff against them, it's a wrap. All right, and look, let me show you one more thing before I get up out of here. If I can find it. There it is. No, wait. Other provisions. Now, let's check this out. A February 27, 1995 executive order established the executive branch of the federal government. All right, that's a foreign corporation, including its civilian employers and uniformed services members, as a model employer in promoting and facilitating the establishment and enforcement of child support. The executive order states that the federal government is the nation's largest single employer. All right? The federal government, gentlemen, is not a government. It is a corporation, just like its judiciary. And as such, should set an example of leadership and encouragement in ensuring that all children are properly supported. Wow. Blessings versus Freestone. Title 4D was not intended to benefit individual children or custodial parents. Okay? So start reading your case laws, all right, and start doing your studying. Start doing your research. If you do not have a Black's Laws Dictionary, bang my email, 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. I will gladly send you a free copy of Black's Laws 4th. I will send you a copy of the basics of child support. I will send you a copy of the Federal Manual of Child Support, and I will gladly send you a copy of the Glossary of Common Child Support Terms. Now, there are many other books, gentlemen, all right, and like I said, I believe we have them all here. All right, but these are the 4 that you want to be tearing down. As a matter of fact, let's go back up here. Go back up to section 47. Right? As under prior law, federal employees are subject to income withholding and other actions taken against them by child support enforcement agencies. However, every federal agency is responsible for responding to a state child support program as if the federal agency were a private business. It is a private business. Okay? It is a private business. 28 U.S.C. 3002-15A, United States, A, B, and C. United States means a federal corporation. All governments, gentlemen, are corporations, okay? Every government. And as a corporation, which makes them an artificial person, they can only deal with other artificial persons. Thus is why the Social Security number is the key piece of information that they need. Look in Black's Laws Dictionary 4th, it'll tell you key. All right, means description of property made certain. Whose property? The Social Security Administration's property. All right, that's why everything now requires a Social Security number. All right, look right here. All right, that Social Security number, gentlemen, that's what's killing everybody in this country. It really is. That's what's hurting everyone in this country. I'm Yamin Osiris. We're Deception Stoppers. If you need help, bang my email, 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. I will put a copy of these documents in the box below. All right, my email will be down there. And again, like I said, if you need copies of this, well, this will be here. All right, but start studying, gentlemen. Okay, a war is coming. All right, but for the meantime, all right, until everybody grabs a pair of balls and decides to go to war, all right, you're going to have to start studying. You're going to have to use their shit against them. All right, and then your assignment for today, just out of fun. Well, I know banks are. I think banks are. I'm not sure if banks are closed or not. I think they just got drive-through service only, or they're not allowing a certain amount of people in. Call a local bank and ask them. Listen, I'm interested in opening an account, right? And they'll give you a pamphlet, all right? And go through that pamphlet and see if they'll tell you up front. Listen, if you got a child support issue, we're under contract to let them, know, all right, that your money is here, and that way, so if they want to come and take it, if you owe child support, we have to let them take it. All right, because banks are federally insured, FDIC, okay, but they are not required by law. Nobody is required by law to go underneath a contract. You can't force somebody to go into a contract. All right. Worst case scenario, go to the bank's website. Okay, or if you can, go there physically and ask them. This is how, like I said, I hear it all the time. Oh man, they let me my bank account. Stay out of them fucking banks, fellas. All right, stay out of them fucking banks. If you have an issue, what I tell people is this. All right, if you can start learning how to generate your own income, they can't steal it. All right. Again, this is the time of the entrepreneur. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when you open it. Queen Elizabeth, you can kiss my black ass. Andrew Saul, you can kiss my black ass. All right, United States, you can kiss my black ass. All right, folks, it's getting bad out here, and I don't know what you plan on doing. All right, but like I said, if you ain't willing to bleed a little bit, they're just going to keep enslaving everybody. All right, you don't need a government. You can govern yourself. If you are dependent on the government, then you are fucked. All right. So you have your assignment. Go handle your business. Do your research. Again, I will put this in the description box, and don't take my word for it. All right. The more education you have, the easier it is to get the crime family out of your life. All right. Because if you're not going to go through the measures that really need to be done, then this is secondary. Hotep.